Well, did you miss me? Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean from Team Honey Badger here, doing a deck profile on my updated, that was a fail, updated Blaukluger Stride deck with full insight and strategies. As you notice, this deck will be very similar to the one my friend Twice, I'll leave a link to his video below, the deck that he the Galaxy Blaukluger Stride deck that he uploaded. So, but mine has like two changes, and yeah, the two changes are just really my options. Um, so without further ado, let's get started. So the starter you run is Morganrot. You don't want to play anything else but him because he is the Blau starter. So when your Blau Vanguard attack hits, you can counterblast one and check the top 3 cards of your deck to search for any one Blau. But you're not running as much Blaus as the old build used to run. Like, I'm not even running Blau Perfect Guards. I mean, that's some crazy move, right? It's actually not that crazy, but this deck wins a lot of games. So really, you only want to run this guy to fetch most of your grade 3s for Stride Fodder, like that. Or Mars, because Mars is your main combo card, which I'll get to later. And also fetch your, what's it called? Blauklugers and stuff, yeah. All the other Blaus that you run. But this deck really showed that Blaus don't need as much Blaus as before to win. And I really like that take on this deck. So, now on to grade 3s. I'm playing 4 Galaxy Blaukluger. He's the star of the show. Of course, we all know what he does. It's on Limit Break 4, which is a lot easier to pull off with a new card. Counterblast 2, discard 2 Nova Grapplers from your hand. And when my Vanguard or Rearguard with Blau in its attack name hits a Vanguard, so say your Vanguard doesn't hit, but this Rearguard does, you can Counterblast 2, Counterblast 2, discard 2, stand your Vanguard and the unit boosting him. This ability can only be used once per turn. So if you see, I'm not gonna be focusing on standing. I'm gonna be focusing on hitting. So I don't run stand triggers because this deck, the effect only can be used when the first Blau hits a Vanguard. So that's the only downside to Galaxy. And of course, if you have Stern Blaukluger in your soul, which I don't play, he gains 2k. We'll just put him right here. So next, of course, you have your 4 Mom Blaukluger. Mom Blaukluger is just a break ride of the deck. Break rides could very easily come back because you could just stride, and wait, and then you can finally break ride when you feel the time is right. So his effect is when a Nova Grappler unit break rides on top of this unit, it gains plus 10k power in this skill. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, counterblast 1, send all of your rearguards. So get crazy way. Stand all of this. Stand, like that. But, yeah. So, honestly, he has no synergy with Galaxy. I've said that once and I'll say it again. Because with Galaxy, you have to attack with him first, so your rearguards have a shot. So you would go, and because he could only be activated on the first Blau, so you would go rearguard to rearguard to other rearguard, and then Vanguard to Vanguard, and then stand your rearguards. Or even if you just get off one and they use their 2 interceptors, being able to stand 1 column is also fine. But honestly, I don't really use the break ride too much because Stride's too good for this format. Alright, on to grade 2. Let me just leave Galaxy right here in all his glory. Next, I'm playing 4 Blaukluger. I really like him still in this deck. I don't see why people are playing, let me just grab it out, Jupiter Blaukluger and Gross Bear over him. Honestly, Blaukluger is honestly better because on Vanguard Circle he unflips a damage. And then Jupiter's just there. You only play him because you don't want to get rushed, to be fair, these days. And also he's a blast, so you honestly just play him for the name. But when his attack hits a Vanguard, unflip 1 damage, allowing you to get a free search of Morganrot and combo with another card, which I'll get to in a sec. But I just want to talk about Gross Bear and Jupiter Blau. Jupiter Blau is just solid 10k base. I mean, you can run him, and I do, but I don't run him in this build. And Gross Bear. So, Gross Bear. So when he's the Blau 12k attacker. When he attacks, if you have Blau Vanguard, he gets plus 3k. He's not a Blaukluger, so your opponent may think they're in a good spot and they could just take it, which I do like. But if you check a crit and give it all to him, your opponent will be forced to guard him and the other Blau unit you may have. But honestly, I don't have room, but maybe one you could tech in. And twice didn't have room, so I really did test this deck a lot because I have awesome friends at locals and such who let me play proxies. Next, I'm playing 4 Mars Blaukluger. Mars Blaukluger is your main card of the deck. He has really given this deck what it needs to stay competitive, allowing him to hit some higher tier numbers, making him. So when your Blau Vanguard attack hits, you counterblast 1, stand him, he gets plus 5k. So I play him because he's sort of like a better Zonda for this deck. In a way, in a sense, he makes this deck hit a lot of higher tier numbers, which I'll get to later. 54k is the highest I've gotten him. And then you could come with him with Blaukluger, which I really like. So it's sort of like getting a free Mars or a free search. It really depends on you, because you could go attack with this, because I know there's a lot of newer players to this game at this format, so I'll just explain it. You go attack with this, rear guard or something, attack with this, say they don't guard this, because most people at turn 2 usually don't guard the Vanguard. Counterblast 1, stand him, and then unflip using his skill, and then search off him. So, it's very good. I really like it. Next, for the MVP of the deck, I play 3 Cool or White Hank. So his effect is Generation Break 1, so you have to 1 face-up G unit. What I really like is that some of these Gen Break stuff can be put into older decks and give them what they need to stay competitive. And Blau has greatly benefited from the release of Cool Hank. So Cool Hank, when he attacks a Vanguard, if he's boosted once per turn, you could counterblast 1 to stand 1 of your regards. Now you just play 2 and just abuse them, like stand. But really, this guy really helps out. This could turn 11k to 16, and with a lot of cards, it really gets some really higher tier numbers, allowing you to combo a lot more, which is mainly what Nova Grapplers are known for. So combos and standing, nothing wrong with him. Next, I'm playing 4 Extreme Battler Airshid, only to be used as the purpose as Stride Fodder. These cards, Stride enablers that get grade +2 when you discard them, honestly, should be played in almost every deck that strides. Not all, but that's just me. But I honestly don't play what he searches for. Victor, yeah, he searches for Victor, and I don't play him. But I only use him as a solid 7k boost or to be used as Stride Fodder, because being able to only pitch 1 card instead of like 2 or even 3 cards in some cases can really save you. Because honestly, 5k guards are becoming more and more crucial as they seem. Next, I'm playing 4 Lady Cyclone in place of Blaukluger. Now, Blaukluger isn't a bad card. I have him right here. But with the room in this deck, because he wants to play some other options. So Claydol Mechanic is only when he's called to the rear guard, you unflip a damage. Blaukluger is a perfect guard. So if both were combined in 1 card, ching, 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 free up space. That card's Lady Cyclone, who unflips the damage when she guards if you have another copy of Lady Cyclone. So, and to be honest, you use a perfect guard to guard a Vanguard 90% of the time, so you'll always ensure to get that free unflip. And that free unflip really is clutch. But you have a bunch of cost mitigation cards in this deck, so this deck has the right amount of unflipping, in my opinion. Next I'm playing 4 Beast Deity Frogmaster. He's the limit break enabler for Novas. Oh, 3, not 4, sorry. But he's the limit break enabler for Novas. What I really like is that you can call him when your opponent's at grade 2, and your Galaxy Blau will still have its limit break. And then you could just abuse him, honestly. Because you honestly don't need Stride to win. You could use just the limit break and you could still win, which I really, really like. And then the limit break also may be better than striding in some cases. Like when you're trying to make that early push. Next I'm playing 1 Claydol Mechanic. I'm really liking the 1 Claydol Mechanic in this deck. Of course I explained him earlier. And he's called to the rear on flip damage. But I care about that. Yeah, but I was saying Claydol Mechanic, he's very good, but there's a lot of cards that you could run in this deck. Like Polar Stern, which is the Blau 10k attacker for early rush, and even Blau Panther if you wanted to for the Blau name. Both good techs, but I still prefer Claydol Mechanic. And then next for the final grade 2, I play 2 Final Wrench. Final Wrench is really, really good. So his effect is when your rear guard stands in front of him, that unit gets plus 4k and it stacks. Yes, it stacks. So you could get off 3 attacks with Mars and he'll gain 8k because the first attack doesn't count. But this card really does help out a lot. Next for triggers, I'm playing 2 Shown Sweater, 1 Shining Lady, and then 4 Red Lightning, because when you put him to the soul, you unflip a damage. He helps mid-gate cost, and he's very clutch in most situations. And as Black Steve was saying, and very famous ball player, he says unflippers are very key in Blau decks, so that's why you must play 4 Red Lightning. And then I just play the Shining Lady because to make my opponent think I'm running 12 crit, and the Shown Sweater because they're classic Blau stuff. Next I'm playing 4 Schneeregen and 1 Drone Van. I just like him because he looks cool. And also, you gotta play the Blau stuff, right? And also for heals, Regenbogen, the standard Blau heal, if you know what I mean. You honestly don't play any other heal in Blau decks. Who is an ambulance mech. Next for the G deck, of course you're running your 4 Vic Plasma. Vic Plasma is really, I honestly like him and dislike him. I dislike him in the sense that he is a net -1 in card advantage, because you pitch the 1 card to stride, so it's already -1. Then you twin drive, okay, that's +1, and then you subtract 2 because you have to discard 2 for him to restand. So that's a net 1. So his effect is Counterblast 2. Choose a face down card from your G zone. Oh yeah, because you have to stride. Name Meteor Kaiser Vic Plasma, turn him face up. If the number of cards in your G zone face up is 2 or more, so that means you have to have straightened once. He gains the effect where Counterblast 2, at the end of the battle that he attacks a Vanguard, stand him. Oh yeah, he also gets drive -1, so he goes down to twin drive and stand him. This ability cannot be used for the rest of the turn. Okay, so he mainly uses your finisher, and of course 2 just in case you can't finish it off that turn. Yeah, but you have to play 4 because you have unflip. And then next I'm playing 4 Vic 10, who is the best Nova Grappler Stride in my opinion. Honestly, Vic Plasma isn't too good, but Vic 10 really sets up for a lot of combos and looping and stuff like that. I did try running Blizza, but I found that losing 1 Vic 10 really helped. I lost a lot more because Vic 10 is so crucial. Even though that high numbers is nice, I still prefer Vic 10 and being able to stand a rear guard for free. Yeah. Okay, so right now I'll go on to my favorite combo. So you have to have that, Morgan Nut, and then Mars, Cool Hank, anything, Final Wrench. So let's say you go Liberating the Generation Zone. Strider Generation. Alright, so let's just get 2 random cards. these two are your counterblast. Okay, so first you'll attack with Mars, right? 16, okay, that's fine. And then you attack with your Vanguard. So that's 31. Let's say they no guard. Crit, crit, crit. I honestly give all the crits to Mars because being able to restand twice with a lot more crits and that high power really can hurt your opponent. But I usually try to split it up, but you know what I mean. So I would skip Morgan because we only have 2 counterblasts. So first you would counterblast 1 stand Mars. He gains +9 and plus the 15 from the trigger. So because final wrench, or then you stand final wrench. Okay. So after that, you attack with this. You save final wrench for later because you stand him with the Vanguard skill and you stand Mars with his own skill since the Stride unit takes the name of the heart since he is a Blau as well. And then Mars will swing for, hold on, I'm doing some math, 18, 23, 30, 33 by himself. And then you'll swing 16 here, counterblast, stand, and then when you finally swing, because the skill stacks, you'll swing for 54k. With this huge number, 4 crit, and your opponent will probably die there. If they don't, props to them. That's usually what ends the game for me. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this deck profile. Sorry I haven't posted in a long time, but hopefully I can get back to regular schedule sooner or later. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day. Keep card fighting, and I'll see you next time.